What's going on, you testosterone tater tots? I'm about to do a testosterone check on you. That's right. Lift both of your armpits up. Rapunzel, let your hair down. No, not that hair. This one. I just want to see where you rank on the alpha male scale, from Lamborghini that I definitely don't own to scamulous courses that will change your life for the worse. If you're not new around here, you might recall that around a month ago we discussed the alphiest alpha male of all time. This mythical male Phibian goes by the name of King Azule. And that's already a good sign, because anybody that calls themselves king is bound to be actually a king. Like, we don't have any doubts about the authenticity of that claim. Now, ever since that video, I have been getting recommended his reels an unreal amount of times. And I know I've said this before, but I feel like that's typically how I come up with ideas for this channel. Oh, you're getting recommended the crustiest content on Instagram? Compile it together and react to it on your YouTube channel. That will make a devastating MP4 file for the masses. So without further ado, grab your favorite illegal substance, snort it, and let's go ahead and get right into this.
Sitting across and speaking to one of the guys, another guy on the podcast said, you know, I feel scared sitting here next to you. He's a big guy, bigger than me. He's like, but I feel the energy. But usually people stare next to you. And I told him, usually they are. When I walk into a room, when people don't know who I am, and I walk in and I look at people and I'm ready to die and I'm ready to kill, yeah, usually people feel it. It's like when you see a gazelle and she sees a lion. She understands it's a lion.
It's like when you see a gazelle and she sees a lion. We did not need the Zootopia subtitles. Duty Hops is not watching your videos. National Geographic is not sponsoring you, I promise. Every time I see this guy's videos, I fail to understand what his niche is. At first, I just thought it was Assassin's Creed, but now I genuinely think he has war intentions. Because every time I see a video of his, it just seems like he's putting himself forward as the best war criminal. Guys, I would be the best at just annihilating human life. I know this leads into some sort of course scheme in the end. Okay, I don't even have to do a deep dive on the guy. I know he's selling something. But let's say I was a singular brain-celled individual negotiating for a second brain cell, and I saw this video and I said, where can I buy this course? Why would I do that? Even with one brain cell, looking forward for two, why would I ever want to find your link tree after you just told us you are going to fruit ninja people? And I have no doubts about the other guy on the podcast that he claims, I couldn't find the podcast by the way, but he claims that there is another human being on the podcast, I'm assuming full of testosterone as well, because then they wouldn't be able to connect. You got to make sure that testosterone tooth is on. Otherwise, what are you guys going to relate on? We have to relate on scamming people and flexing our biceps, smoking cigarettes, and making sure that we're wearing oxygen as we tell people completely false advice. But he creates his thesis around the fact that there's a hypothetical human being that says that, yes, I feel like you're going to harm something. You're going to harm someone. If I was talking to somebody and they told me, bro, I get this vibe from you that you're going to harm someone, I would genuinely reconsider what kind of a human being I am. What kind of energy am I emitting into the universe? But I am trying to imagine a world where he's getting interviewed for an actual position, not the one that he's currently in, where he just scams people that are probably under the integer limit. What do you think people think of when they meet you for the first time? Well, for starters, most of the time they think I'm a serial killer. Yeah, I look like I'm gonna go on a spree of annihilating human life. I don't know, it just seems like you're not putting your best feet forward.
When we came to the US, I started eating at a Chinese restaurant. The owner was, for me, Master Shifu. When I used to go there, eventually the owner fell in love with me. And he said, that kid is special. And I would come to him, and before I would eat, he would move all of the tables and he would teach me Kung Fu.
That's gotta be racist. There's no other way to put it. That has to be racist. First of all, this definitely happened. Yeah, this is based on true story. I don't know how old this guy is, but if you've ever been to a Chinese restaurant, and I'd probably say that this has been the case for the past 30 years. Anytime I've been to a Chinese restaurant, they are straight to the business. There's no side talk, there is no side quests. It's what do you want? This is your food, it bangs, and I go home. They're there to make sure you get your grub and you get out. And it works, because that's typically the purpose of a restaurant. But no, he's a king, remember? He's the chosen one. This innocent Chinese man that has now been labeled as Master Shifu, solely due to his nationality, by the way. There was no other reason for him to be feeling like Master Shifu. Out of the kindness of his heart, he just decided to teach him Kung Fu. Another video where he's not even giving us advice. He's not even leading us towards his course. Just another video where he's flexing himself upon us. And he's doing it again in the most unflexible way. Firstly, he wants everyone to feel like he's gonna decrease the population. Secondly, he goes to a restaurant, and I guess we should probably start trying this as well. But apparently Chinese restaurants are just turning people into the Dragon Warrior.
I was 10 years old, so I learned how to move with like Kung Fu, you know?
Yeah.
It was different, and I loved it. And that inspired me, because I said, I'm gonna be like Bruce Lee. And I would come there every day and I would train after school. And after I would have my beef and broccoli. And from there, when I got older, I said, I really want to go and train with the Shaolin monks. First of all, they don't accept you. Today they do, by the way. You could pay to go there.
How do you get in?
You have to wait outside of the temple. When they let you in, they teach you things that are unbelievable.
See, that's what I'm saying. What did we actually achieve from this video? What can actually be comprehended from this video? What is the main theme that can be themed here? Oh, racism still exists. Yeah, it's very much alive. See, like the least you could have done was tell us the restaurant that you were learning Kung Fu at. Because what if I want to send my son there? I want my son to be the dragon warrior. Let's just think about the Kung Fu Panda lore. The dude just eats and fights, and he just gets mad love. I mean, that is a life to live for. But we also have to understand that there are multiple Master Shifus, okay? Because clearly the Master Shifu he met told him, listen, you're gonna make Instagram reels and you are going to misguide so many people. You understand me? If you guys saw the last video, he had this special move that he does where he's able to check how much testosterone you have. And that's the thing. Maybe the Master Shifu that he met told him, listen, I want you to do good with this Kung Fu. But he's like, nah, I'm gonna use these moves to figure out how much testosterone people have. He's just doing rear neck chokes on people to figure out how far their growls go. How much alpha male impact are you bringing? I'm gonna figure it out through my Kung Fu. I also feel like there's another side of the story that I didn't acknowledge at all. He said that the man fell in love with him. I don't know. I feel like he needs to expand on that statement just a little bit more.
I was 10, my dad took me to the doctor and he was like, what did you do to this kid? Are you giving him steroids? He's like, no, the kid doesn't stop lifting things, doesn't stop doing pull-ups, push-ups. So I don't know what to do with him. A year ago, I realized when there's kids that are extremely hyper, he does not have ADD. He's just being a boy.
I don't want to just make fun of the guy for the sake of making fun of the guy. He makes a very valid point, and honestly, it was very relatable for me. I mean, average childhood moment, right? When your father figure takes you to the doctor and they claim that you're taking steroids. When your father figure takes you to the hospital and frames you with not being natty.
Soul, when it comes to this world, it doesn't want to come into this body. The body restrains the soul. It doesn't allow you to go anywhere. Our body and our soul are business partners, and we cannot detach them unless we die. But as I was working out, I realized that my soul was higher than my body, and I wanted to expand my body so much so my soul will fit inside and will not feel claustrophobic. And when I got to 235 pounds, I felt so happy. I was walking around with a smile everywhere. I could breathe.
Have you ever felt claustrophobic inside your own body? Well, that's your sign to start injecting horse tranquilizer into your armpits. Feeling restricted? Go to the gym and get your resolution stretched today. I guess my question to him at this point is, what was he like before he hit 235 pounds? Because this is him when he can breathe. So what is him when he can't? I want to see what he's like when he's struggling to have an interaction with oxygen. Because if this is the type of stuff his mouth is manufacturing with a healthy oxygen routine, I'm just curious as to know what he would say on a microphone if he didn't have the oxygen to do so. King, if you're watching this, can you release your claustrophobic version of yourself? I'm sure you can do that. Just go back to the alpha male lab that they made you in. I'm telling you, there is an alpha male agency in the middle of nowhere where they're just manufacturing these testosterone terrorists. I just want to imagine what the alpha male who's running the alpha male labs would look like. I want this one to have an unhealthy amount of hair gel all over, not just on his hair. I want it to continue all the way down. And for his special power, make sure to give him the armpit testosterone bazooka.
Belgian horses are the biggest and the strongest horses in the world. Each one could pull 12,000 pounds. How much can two Belgian horses, alpha males, pull together if each one could pull 12,000 pounds?
Together, they're pulling 24,000 right there.
When you put two alpha males, they could pull 36,000 pounds because one pushes the other.
So if me, alpha male, and the one that watching the video right now is alpha male too, we can take over the world. But this is a scary sight. People actually invited this dude onto their podcast and said, bro, just say something, anything. Now, a big part of me wants to believe that this guy is completely satire. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing. When he says things like, I walked into a Chinese restaurant and I got Master Seafood. And obviously all the comments are just making fun of him, but you can only do this for so long until the bit just kind of bites itself away. You can put these Oscar-worthy performances up for a minute, but then eventually your true colors are gonna be revealed and you can't do anything about it, which is actually leading me to believe that this is truly what this man believes. But he actually helped me with a business endeavor that I was never considering going into. I've been thinking about opening a moving business where we help people move from habitat to habitat. And obviously, due to being an alpha male, I thought I could do this all alone. But after watching this video, now I know if I can get two of us, if I can get somebody that's exactly like me, we'll be able to help people move with ease. I already have the business name, the Alpha Male Movers. Just search us up on Google, you'll get a virus immediately.
Come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to punch. Punch.
I told you he wasn't real. What was that noise? Send him back to the Alpha Male lab. He's having a testosterone leak. I believe wholeheartedly that the goal this guy has with his reels is to get casted for the live action version of Assassin's Creed. He wants everybody to know that he could go on a killing spree. He's just choosing not to. But you should understand that he gives serial killer vibes. I'm not joking when I say this. We we actually might have to get him exported to the nearest mental asylum. I don't even know if they'll be able to contain him there, but we need to get him somewhere. Trump, you have been putting tariffs on everything that doesn't need a tariff. Can you just do one last tariff and put a tariff on the podcasts? Can we actually make podcast license a thing? Why is this villain able to speak his mind? Why is he allowed to share his thoughts with the world? The thing is, most of the time with these alpha males, you're gonna get some sort of advice. You're going to get some sort of message from the video. He's just telling us how he would end people's lives. Hey, King, I want you to meet my grandfather. He has about 2 breaths left, so just, you know, be kind to him, be gentle. But I really want you to meet him. Sorry, man, no can do. Because as soon as I see him, I'm going to be thinking about how I can get my fist to the back of his frontal lobe. I mean, but you're not gonna do it, right? Like, you're not actually gonna put your fist through his face, right? Like, it's either I do that or I take out the armpit testosterone bazookas. And you don't want me to do that to him. But I guess this is what I'm going to resort to when I'm running out of ideas for this YouTube channel. So if there's anything you want to see me do, make sure to comment it down below and I'll try and do it. If there are certain topics that you want me to untopic, make sure to comment them down below. I am open. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. You can have your opinion until I don't like it, and then I'll probably delete your comment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because at 100,000 I will be setting a innocent family of hamsters on fire, and I'm gonna do that on camera. So yeah, I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of my role model, Logan Paul. Anyways, Jake Paulers, I'll see you in the next one. It's about to be 12 a.m. so I gotta make sure to hop on my porch and growl at the moon. Just alpha male stuff.